Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Catherine Rogers, and I am the Chapter and Regional Operations Specialist here at Sigma Theta Tau headquarters. Today I have the pleasure of welcoming our presenter, Tracy Schwab, who is the leadership intern for the Delta Xi chapter at Kent State University over in Ohio. And she has some wonderful insights to share with all of us about some chapter successes that they have experienced. So please feel free to use your chat box or raise your hand to be unmuted if you have a question for Tracy. I will record this and post it in the All Chapter Officers Workgroup for later viewing if you would like to share it with your fellow chapter leaders. At this time, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, Tracy.
Okay, sounds good. Hello all, and thank you for listening in. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the successful events we have had and what we have done to make them a success. I'm mainly going to focus on our collaboration with the SPN organization and their pumpkin painting event. I'll explain to you, what exactly that pumpkin painting event is, and other objectives I have is to explain to you what SPN is and how our collaboration came to be. I'm going to address marketing and importance of social media, highlight the key points in the presentation we provided for prospective members, detail our selfie spot, go over the handout that we use to boost STTI awareness, and what we've learned from our events. So the SPN Pumpkin Painting event is an annual event that has been going on for about 3 to 4 years now. The event is exactly what it sounds like. The students come to the College of Nursing, pick up a pumpkin for a small fee, and are given the supplies to let their creativity fly. SPN is Students for Professional Nursing. It is a student-run, financially self-sufficient organization registered with the university. They function under bylaws that they developed and update on a yearly basis. The organization is open to any student in the College of Nursing, but typically the majority of members are sophomores and juniors. SPN focuses on philanthropic events, socializing, and fundraising. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how our collaboration came to be. It was rather serendipitous, actually. Last year we were looking for different ways to help boost awareness of our chapter prior to sending out invitations for induction, and we wanted something that would target a large population of students. And SPN is a large organization of students. Their current roster is 103 members. Our secretary, Tracy Gidden, so happened to be and still is the faculty advisor for SPN and suggested the collaboration. And the progression of a joint event occurred. The event was such a success last year with 140 students in attendance that we decided to continue our newfound tradition. In order to have a successful event, I cannot stress enough, marketing, marketing, marketing. Market in advance and market to your intended audience. Students have their schedules planned out in advance just like you and me, from work to family events, tests, or papers. Also, not all undergraduate students are your typical 20-year-olds. For some, this may be their second degree or career, and they may have children or full-time jobs that they have to plan around. And don't forget about your graduate and doctoral students. You want to be inclusive of them. And consider the time commitment this takes for the members who are volunteering. So for me, for example, I still work full-time and I'm going to school part-time, and my work schedule is put out way in advance. We schedule 6 weeks periods, and usually it's about halfway through the last month that we're putting in for our next schedule. So my family knows that if you want me to attend some event, whether it be a birthday party or anything, you have to give me advance notice. Otherwise, I cannot promise you that I will be there. And this is the case for many people. So I tell you, market, 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 but how do you market? Well, what are the kids into nowadays? And I use the term kids gingerly. They're into technology and social media. And it's not just the kids, it's every generation. So our event was announced at the SPN's monthly meeting, and flyers were put up around the university. However, the bulletin boards where we're allowed to post flyers are very limited, so it wasn't much of a way in a visual. It was mainly advertised through social media. The Delta Xi social media that we use is Facebook, Twitter, the circles, and we have a listserv of emails, which is great. It goes out to all of our members. And we've also tapped into the College of Nursing resources. They have been absolutely invaluable, from the dean's support to the help of all personnel in the main office, marketing staff, administrative secretaries and assistants, you name it, they've helped out. We've used the College of Nursing's Facebook, their Twitter, their listserv of faculty and students to help us be successful in planning events. Since we are on the topic of social media, I just wanted to touch on don't just follow or friend nursing organizations. Be sure to follow your local news or other local student organizations. They can be very resourceful in helping you promote events. For example, we are working on something called Project Night Night right now, and we have collaborated with the university as a whole. There are many different colleges within the university helping us out, like College of Public Health, College of Arts and Sciences, and they are stationed as donation sites for us for people to drop off their donations. Well, I had gotten an email not that long ago from a student organization by the name of Flash Anthropy, and they had asked if they could advertise for us about our events, since they are mainly a group that does charity work. So they were very interested in helping us promote the event so that it would be a success. So of course I said absolutely, and let me know if you guys have anything going on that we can help promote as well. Our Project Night Night event got advertised in the local newspaper, and I had also gotten an email from a local elementary school out in Kent, Ohio, and they too have been very helpful with our Project Night Night events. They were a donation site. I was actually just there yesterday, and we were able to put together night night packages with the kids and the Girl Scouts, which was great because we're showing the younger ones, what they can do in helping those who are in need. And at this event, we actually had the Record Courier come and take pictures, and they're going to do a little snippet of a news section in the paper on the events. So get your names out there, use your resources. I just wanted to go over a little bit about what I had talked about in my PowerPoints at the pumpkin painting event, and kind of how the event went. So for the event, we had the students meet in the lecture hall first so that they could hear the presentation on STTI and our chapter. In essence, you're not forcing them to listen, but you are really increasing your chances of them being present and paying attention if you do the presentation at the beginning of your event. And of course, this is going to differ based on what type of event you're having. In the presentation, I touched on who we are and what we stand for, so our mission and our vision, when our chapter was chartered, how many members we have, and then I asked them, so why drink the Kool-Aid and why join? You got to make it fun and light and kind of just talk at their level and include what they're into. And instead of standing there and talking at them about all of the benefits, I played the Join STTI video that is on YouTube. And I learned about this video during the Leadership Connection, and it was perfect for the message that I wanted to get across. And it's easy for all of you to access. If you go on your chapter's website, there's a tab that says About Us, and the video is on that tab. I don't remember what the link was called, but when you go on there, you'll be able to see it. I think it's Join STTI. I don't really remember, but Catherine, do you remember what that link was called?
I think that might be our What's in It for Me video. I also can't remember the exact name. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Sorry.
That's
but
all
go
right.
on your website and click around on that About Us. So after the presentation, after going into, what are the benefits, I went into membership eligibility and how to get connected and stay involved during and after school. And here's the kicker, getting them connected and retaining them as lifelong members. So not only did I put our social media information on the PowerPoint to help in that area, but mid-presentation I had the students crack out their cell phones and tweet a picture with me. So I stopped and I asked them, how many of you have a cell phone? And of course they looked at me like I had 10 heads because everyone has cell phones nowadays. And then I asked them how many of them had Facebook and how many of them had Twitter. And then I asked them, like I said, to take out their cell phones and tweet with me during the presentation. In advance, I had looked up a hashtag to use for all of our photos for this event, and I came up with the hashtag #DXStrikeAPose. Make sure you research your hashtag in advance, otherwise you have no idea what else might come up underneath that hashtag. And the hashtagging is a way to, I would say, organize your pictures or group them so that anybody in attendance that knows that hashtag can find pictures from that event. And in doing this really helped our social media site take off. We've gotten multiple page views and likes and shares and retweets. At the end of the presentation, we invited the students to stop by room 111 for pizza, games, and a selfie spot while they worked on painting their pumpkins. Delta Xi provided the pizza and drinks and selfie spot in the games. SPN was the one that arranged delivery of the pumpkins and setting that up. The two games that we played were Guess the Number of Chocolate Eyeballs and Guess the Number of Candy Corns. The students wrote their name and email and guess on a piece of paper and stuck it into a plastic pumpkin. The prizes were Starbucks gift cards, which the students love Starbucks, so that was a bonus. Be sure to announce the winners at the event, but also on social media. If it's a cute picture, they will tag themselves, and there is your exposure to a vast world of social media. The student or person is probably friends with other nursing students or other nursing leaders who will be able to see your post, and hopefully they will be interested in joining our organization if they're not already a member. The purpose of having the student put their email address on this piece of paper was so that they could send them out, so that we could send them out a thank you email after the event, and to remind them in that email to look out for their invitations for induction later that fall. We also attached the eligibility requirements to the email just as a reminder. So let me talk to you a little bit about the selfie spot. It's super easy to do. I went on Pinterest and searched free Halloween photo props. Clicked around and found props that I liked. I printed them out on cardstock, cut them out, took them to FedEx, and laminated them so that we could use them next year and hopefully years on. The caveat, though, is that you have to cut them out twice, but it really wasn't that bad. Once they're all cut out and laminated, you can hot glue a dowel rod or like a shish kebab stick on the back, and you're ready to go. For the backdrop, we use plastic tablecloths, and I found some googly eyes at the dollar store that we put on the tablecloth, and they looked really cute. On the table of props, we put a sign that reminded them how to tag and where to post their pictures so that we were able to see them afterwards. You can also make a little card to hand out to tell students or members where to post their pictures and or to use it to promote your social media sites. At the event, we had some handouts on STTI and Delta Xi, and I think that's uploaded for you guys to see. It's just a one-page paper, double-sided. Of course, it's going to come up as 2 pages, though, just to make it easier for you guys to print. But on this sheet, it just outlines, what is STTI for us, what is Delta Xi, how can you join, what if I don't meet criteria as a student, and we have information on there for them to join as nursing leaders after they start working. What are the benefits to joining and how can I get more information? And then we just have a page of facts about our chapter. So in doing these events, we have learned much. We have learned that it is important to put the plug in early. I really think we need to start talking to the nursing students during their orientation process and within the first week of classes, and of course throughout their years. It is important for the faculty who are STTI members to put a plug in for joining in every class that they teach. I can tell you that I learned about STTI as an undergraduate in my nursing informatics class. And in this class, the instructor brought it up and said, watch out for your invitations in the spring and be sure to join, and went over, eligibility and benefits. And because she brought this up, when I got the email about the invitation, I didn't delete it. I opened it and I signed up to be a member. So other than that, I think that is the majority of the information that I have for you guys. If you have any questions, please ask. I'll leave you with that age is just a number and attitude's contagious. So make sure you have fun. You can be educational and professional and still have fun at the same time. That picture in the bottom right-hand corner is of my husband's 30th birthday party. It was Lego themed. Our theme was Lego of your youth, so that it was family friendly. And in the wheelchair is my grandmother-in-law, who was 93 at that time, and she absolutely loved the selfie spot. So really, age is just a number. So thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Thanks, Tracy. That was awesome. We have plenty of time for questions, so if you do have a question, you'll see that there is a chat box over there in your GoToWebinar control panel. You can use that to send a chat through to Tracy and I, or if you are connected by phone or with a microphone, feel free to raise your hand and I'm happy to unmute you so that you can ask your question aloud. But please do let us know if you have any questions about Delta Xi chapter specifically, about their operations, about their specific events, their social media, whatever it may be, whatever questions you have for Tracy, please feel free to let us know. Tracy, we had a really great question come through on chat. Someone asked, they noted that, your title is Delta Xi Student Leadership Intern, and they asked if you could just briefly give a quick rundown of what that role entails and what your responsibilities are for the chapter.
Oh, sure, absolutely. So after becoming inducted as a member, and I'm a graduate student, I so happened to get this email about this student leadership intern position. And I was curious, so I clicked on it and read about it and thought, hey, this would be a good opportunity to get more involved, as well as to utilize the resources of STTI. So my role as student leadership intern, I am essentially a board member. We go to meetings and help out with events. The student interns each year, which this is the second year that we're doing it, are expected to come up with some sort of philanthropic project and see it through from start to finish. So as I had mentioned in the presentation part of it, this year we're doing Project Night Night, and Project Night Night's a nonprofit organization in and of themselves that provides just comfort for homeless children in the form of a tote bag that has a stuffed animal, a blanket, and a book. So we've been working on that. We've had to coordinate with the Dean of the Nursing School since we wanted to get the College of Nursing involved. I've been in many meetings with the Dean as well as their executive staff and in contact with donation sites. We've had to come up with, the publicity forms for it, so flyers and posters and, going to other institutions and speaking to it. And we are actually starting to wrap that up. We did our kickoff on Founders Day, October 5th. It has been a huge success so far. Our goal was to do 300 night-night packages to help out 300 homeless children. We are currently at 397, and I've got a ton of last-minute donations coming in that we are managing. We had to pick our donation sites and have them approved through the College of Nursing as well as our board. And we have 4 donation sites that we're going to be delivering to on Monday. So that really, this project helps the leadership intern kind of hone in on their leadership skills. But in addition to that, we're expected to be available just to attend other events that we do, to be the greeters at events and talk to members and or prospective members and answer any questions they have. And of course, if we don't know the question, we'll take it down, write it down and get back to them once we have the answer. At the end of the year, I know at our induction ceremony, we are expected to give a rundown of our annual successes and annual events. Other than that, I mean, we really just function as a board member and helping in every way that we can. There's 2 leadership interns in our chapter. The other one is Haley Roser, and she's an undergraduate student. Both of us were afforded the opportunity to go to Leadership Connection, and our chapter paid for that. And that was absolutely awesome, and we learned so much about STTI there and how we can make our chapter a success. And also, too, I would have to say that having this position has made me be more involved in the chapter than I probably would have been. And also, when my term is up, I can tell you that I will absolutely be applying for a board position and hopefully be voted in and stay active with the chapter. But I think that pretty much covers the gist of what we are. It's an application process. They asked us questions about, why you wanted to be the student intern, what leadership skills you had, what volunteer activities have you been in, and kind of just the typical application questions too. And that's really it.
Yep, awesome. Thanks for sharing, Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else have any questions for Tracy about her role, about their specific programs or their chapter? I can say from a staff perspective that Delta Xi chapter has many, many successes that they can share. So if something comes up into your mind after this presentation and you have a question either for Tracy or for Delta Xi, I'm happy to help connect you with them should you have further questions. There is a handout, like Tracy mentioned. It's their kind of what is Sigma Theta Tau, what is Delta Xi chapter. I placed a copy of that handout and you'll see it in your GoToWebinar control panel again, and that is available in a PDF form for download if you would like to take that away from today and take it back to your chapter and adapt that for your chapter's uses. Tracy and I are happy to stay on the line for a couple more minutes in case there are further questions. If you don't have questions, well, thank you again for joining us today. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and I hope you found Tracy's presentation insightful and valuable, and we will be in touch soon. Again, Tracy and I will stay on if there are some late questions, but thanks everybody and have a wonderful rest of your day.